Lawmakers from across the political spectrum criticized the federal government's response to mysterious drone sightings in the Northeast, as officials emphasize there is no evidence of a security threat. The criticism comes a day after the federal agencies leading the response held a news briefing that left reporters and the public with more questions than answers, as they downplayed but simultaneously legitimized concerns about the reported drones. Chris Smith, a New Jersey congressman, said the government is insulting their intelligence by downplaying the situation. And Andrew Donaldson from OrdinaryTimes.com joined us with more on the drone scare.
So there's a very important issue at the heart of this with drones. We know back a couple of years ago, Gatwick and Heathrow in London got shut down over things like drones. We have seen in Ukraine and Yemen the military possibility of drones where you can just put a mortar or a grenade or another small explosive or even kamikaze a drone and cause big problems. And we've seen in the States and in the United States and in Canada that there has been litigation and convictions from everything from using drones to cheat at sports to good old-fashioned peeping Toms trying to look in people's windows. So drones is an important issue. Problem is, we're probably not going to get to the bottom of those important issues with the way this is developing, because this has turned into a good old-fashioned panic, especially in something that is usually one of the dead news spaces right before Christmas in the news media cycle. So what you now have is social media, news media, more and more becoming one and the same. There are some drone sightings. There's been sightings. Those are legit. But then there's thousands and thousands and thousands of false sightings, especially in somewhere in New Jersey, which is some of the busiest aerospace anywhere in the world. People not realizing the difference between helicopters and aircrafts and blinking lights in the night sky, which, by the way, go back thousands of years. You can see things chiseled in stone tablets trying to explain the blinking things in the night sky. So we really have to parse through this thing, and we really got to put up our antennas when you have politicians going, what we need is funding to look into this and funding to stop it. That's not good. And politicians who try to get funding because they want to stop Venus, the planet, which is the video they share on social media saying, do something about this, even though we know what Venus is. So there's a lot of silly, there's a lot of panic, but underneath this is a very serious question that needs some very serious deliberation. We're not going to get that with a moral viral panic.